Hey, how you doing? It's like 63 degrees today, but like 3 days ago it was literally 8 degrees. Might have been 2 days ago. But so I did some reading up on the Honda, and apparently that copper gasket that I put on the header pipe against the intake, or is that what it's called? Against the engine, apparently it's a crush washer. So you're supposed to heat it up, tighten it, let it cool, heat it up, tighten it, do that a few times. So I'll do that later. Right now we're gonna try to get those radiator guards on the Cowie. Okay, so once you have the fairing off, these screws come loose, and then there's this nubbins here that you just pop. You hold the radiator, pop that, and those just pull right out. Sweet. Go ahead and clean up the radiator too. That's a dry grass truck in here. Like literally stuck through the fins. Ironically enough, it looks like most of the damage I have to my fins are actually, you know, on the rider side. I should probably wash the bike. Can y'all see I got an armadillo? Freaking holes everywhere. Look at that little bastard. Okay, so this is what we got. Oh, and we got some screws in the box. But yeah, this is from Emperor Racing. Normally 126 bucks. I got it for 114. These arms that go to the man, that is some lightweight aluminum. But aluminum's pretty strong by weight, so I'm sure that's fine. Some brackets, a sticker, and a bunch of screws, and a couple extra screws that I guess are from this. I don't know whether they're in the box by themselves. And I guess this fits the KLX 2450. I don't know what a 245 is. Maybe that's a French version of the bike. We got a couple pictures here. But I swear this said, this is actually what it says on the website too, but it says also fits blah, 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 like 3 or 4, the 300, maybe the 230, and then, but I don't know. So we're gonna see. Remove the green shrouds and front fender. I wonder if it's just in the way. Okay, it's probably an 8, all these other bolts, but I've been using 5/16 because it seems it fits better. I can't imagine you actually have to take the fender off, but I guess I will. This is even more leading me to believe I should have washed the bike. So much fucking dirt on here. Get over here. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Somebody figured out their battery is not holding them in the yard anymore. Yeah, a dog ain't supposed to be in the woods. He got a collar, a shot collar that keeps him in a perimeter. But he done figured out the battery's dead. All right, so this instructions leave something to be desired. I mean, these are the ones that came out of these two, and they supply these for, which must be, they're just slightly longer, so this must be the 4 they're talking about. Then place the Emperor radiator guard over the radiator and install the 4 M6-25 long bolts through the guard and then through the rubber grommets on the radiators. Okay, well, they're freaking Allen heads. So if they had put, oh my God, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. So apparently I want you to do this and then do this. And then, yeah, just go ahead and fit this Allen key bolt in that hole. Because, I mean, obviously your hands are thin enough to go through here and you can totally reach it. Like, what are you talking about, man? Put a hex head on that bitch, like a bolt head, so you can get it with a wrench. Like, these people are freaking morons. So I don't know what they're supposed to, I honestly don't know how I'm even supposed to do this. So far, I would certainly recommend, absolutely, whatever you do, don't buy this piece of garbage. Because regardless of how good it works, if it's freaking impossible to put on, that kind of defeats the purpose. You ever have those days you just want to kill all humans and be the only one left on the planet and then have everything just fuck off and die? Yeah, it's that day. That's the day it is. Yeah, so anyway, because people want to be absolute idiots and just absolute jack, just put a goddamn regular bolt in there instead of these shits, so that people can just put the goddamn thing on instead of having to got a 6 goddamn ratchet extension bullshit and jury-rigged fucking setup. Suckers. So yeah, you better have a 6-foot long Allen wrench or some bullshit like this, or you ain't putting in no goddamn Emperor racing guards. Trying not to cross thread, but it's hard to tell for sure. Sure feels like I'm cross threading them. Oh, you're supposed to use Loctite too, mother. Okay, I got some blue Loctite. I'm gonna attempt to. Jesus. All this would be so much easier with a regular frickin', you know, just regular frickin' bolt. You can go in there with a socket, tighten it up, bottom, tighten it up. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculously moronic. Making this shit way more frickin' difficult than it has to be. Okay, that's one. Now we'll loosen up the top and do the same thing, and then we'll see about the side brackets. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell it or not, but the bolts are just slightly, I can't see what I'm filming because it's too bright, so. But the bolts are just slightly poking out the back of the nuts, which is exactly how, wherever they are, those shorter bolts were doing. Don't know where they went. Oh, these shorter bolts were just barely poking through, and they're doing the same now with these new hex heads. But you're definitely going to have a big long extension. Either, you know, what is this? It's a T30. So you're going to have to have a tiny, big, long extension for a T30, you know, or you're going to have an adapter bit to go down to, what is that, 3/8 to 1/4. And, you know, a 1/4 inch adapter bit. So anyway, we got that on. Seems pretty sturdy. And I think we got some sidebars now. So let's try to figure that out. Okay, I'm not even sure we need any of these things. Oh, so the pictures are totally for a $300. I don't know if you can see that, but that says 300, and it's definitely not the SM. So it's a $300. It says something about the trims. The shrouds must be trimmed. I don't even see this piece on the shroud. Maybe I'm not looking right. But anyway, these go on the side like this. It looks like, and then bolt up against. It doesn't look like it's 100% perfect. Like you can see, it's not gonna be flush against the, but I'm sure it's be fine. Maybe that's what these are for. I don't know. No, it looks like these extra brackets just go in these extra holes. These top holes and these bottom holes. Maybe to secure, to secure the radiator to that. Okay, that makes sense. All right, I'm figuring it out. I don't have any Loctite or anything on there yet. But that's that bolt all the way in there. And it is darn near flush up against that radiator. I don't love that. I don't know. I guess there's more space than it looks like. Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. It just looks close. All right, we'll leave it. Put some Loctite in, lock it down. Okay, so you want these M6 8 bolts that are regular hex head. And it's 2 for each side here. And then you're gonna have a longer one with these 2 for here. And it's definitely tweaking it all a little bit. You're putting some pressures on it, but you know, you're not bending, you're not really bending, flexing the stuff a little bit. You're not really bending anything, so I think it'll be all right. All right, Loctite, here we come. Wait a minute, I thought this was a fender spot. Oh, that is where they want it to trim. They want this piece trimmed right here. Or, well, that's the wrong side, but yeah. Oh, I see what it wants you to do. It wants you to take out, where we at here? I want you to take out this left nug. That's not too bad. Just a support frame piece right here. That's got to be cut out. Okay, so I'm not going to use Loctite on the long ones because the shroud's going to have to come back out and put the shroud in. They just must want you to secure everything first. Okay, those are in there tight as can be. I know the ones back there tight as can be. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Oh, you know, I'm still facing my freaking chest. Okay, well, I apologize. Anyway, I put these 2 in with Loctite, and I have this one, this long one back here. I have it in, but I don't have it I don't have a Loctite it in because that's gonna have to come back out to put the shrouds back on. Okay, stop reading French because you can't do that. Okay, that's it. That's the piece I cut out. Hope that's good. Okay, I didn't want to go in and get another battery, so I just went and finished putting this on. It's not bad, it's fine. The only part that's a little bit wonky is this bracket and this piece. You gotta kind of push on it. It feels like you're pushing it, like flexing it wrong, but everything's fine. And then the only other thing besides that are these tabs, which I left loose. Well, I can't show you because but you know, it's what these bolts bolt into, and I had them loose. Well, you definitely want them all the way forward towards the front of the bike. So you want them pulled all the way this way. You can pull them all this way and then go ahead and cinch them in, and that'll be right, at least on the 300R. Now, so I just got the other side left now. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and work on this other side. And then I really hope, I guess they just had you take the fender off so it's not in your way. That must be what it is. It must still be plenty of clearance for it, as it doesn't say anything about trimming the fender. So, all right, okay. Let's see what's going on here. This must be for this. That's what the speedo bracket is for. Attach the speedo bracket to the guard. Right here. Okay, so the rear of the front fender touches just ever so slightly, so I'm sure it's going to rub it raw, you know, with enough riding, but it's not catching it. So unless it flexes and bends out of the way, then it should be fine. You know, bends in a way it's not supposed to be, then it should be fine. Rode it just around the yard just for a minute, left it running for a little bit. It's cold. I was cold. I needed a beanie. I don't have my boots on. I don't have a helmet, nothing. But that took like 3 or 4 hours. I don't know, a long time.